What's up, guys? The topic of today's video is one that you probably expected given the results of this week. Of course, it would be Zain winning Rona Rumble with Roy. Now, Rona Rumble is a series put on by Homemade Waffles, Brandon. He's a, patriarch of the community, and he has been putting on these really cool online Melee netplay tournaments for people to enter, usually with some pot bonuses, the ability for viewers to donate money to the pot and to support the players, and just a general way of keeping the competitive spirit of Melee alive during this time of quarantine. Now, we know we can't be in person competing, so just like most of the online Wi-Fi tournaments that you've seen, this is all done through netplay, which in some cases, by limiting the reach of netplay eligible participants to a certain region, mitigates lag for a lot of reasons. Of course, it's not perfect and never will be identical to playing in a LAN in person. By having closer and closer players competing against one another, you get more and more of a semblance of what online results, or what rather offline results, would be like compared to online. So in this case, it was the East Coast that had players such as, Zain, KJH, Buy Big Balls, Ginger, Zain, and many others. And I think the most fascinating topic of the tournament, for anyone asking, and I think we will all agree on this, Zain entered under his other moniker, which is called Don't Test Me, in which he goes all Roy. For those of you unaware, because I know a lot of you guys might follow my channel for Ultimate content, but of course I'm a Melee player and always have been for well over half my life now. Roy is the clone, I suppose, the counterpart of Marth in the game. Marth being one of the best characters by far in the game, Zain's main. Roy is, if you took everything good Marth had and just completely destroyed it. It's like you went into some programmer's homework and to play a sick prank on him, changed all the variables of the character to make him near unplayable. His range and attack, basically Marth's range, the further you are from Marth's body when he attacks, in other words, the closer you are to a tipper, the harder you get hit. And that's really good because Marth rewards you for spacing well, for being just at the edge of his hitbox, and it also makes him harder to hit. So in that case, Marth, making the tip of his sword stronger, is a very good character. Roy is the opposite. The closer you are to the hilt of Roy's sword, the harder you get hit. Now, of course, that means if you're, point blank range of the Roy and you get forward smashed, you're going to die at a pretty early percent. Even if you're a space animal, the fact that you die, the fact that you fall pretty quickly means getting forward smashed by Roy is going to hurt really, really bad. The issue is Roy, in order to have a good advantage, in order to have a position in which you can land one of these big hits, mainly a forward smash or either a grab combo, sometimes you can even do a down tilt into a forward smash combo on fast fallers, you have to win neutral a large number of times. I mean a ridiculous number of times. Falco, for instance, can win neutral with one shine and get a 40 to 50 or even a 0 to death combo on Roy if you have a really proficient Falco player and a really bad Roy player, and it looks near hopeless. Whereas Marth, he's also floatier than Roy, so getting one shine on Marth, sure, you can start a combo, but Marth has a lot of DI mix-ups. So on top of Roy being really, really bad in terms of finding ways to kill people, he also gets comboed really hard because he has a much higher fall speed than Marth. Now, why is this so important and so special? Well, because Zain went all Roy for this tournament, it presented a challenge to him that no one else had ever done. Can anyone win a regional tournament, we'll say, with Roy? Granted, it was online, but the magnitude of this accomplishment shouldn't be mitigated by online results. I'm not saying he couldn't do it offline, but we'll never know. I would love to see it happen in person. But basically, Zain sort of showed just how good he is at Melee by defeating not just Zain, who plays Puff and was ranked top 40 MPGR, not just Buy Big Balls, who is one of the better Falco players in the world, not just KJH, who I believe was top 25 MPGR, one of the best Fox players to ever play the game, but also defeated Ginger in grand finals of their set. And Ginger's one of the best Falco players in the world. I think second to only Mango, one other person. But to beat a really good Falco, a really good Fox, a really good Puff, another really good Falco, all in succession with one of the worst characters in the game, it's a damn impressive accomplishment. I was looking through the VODs and I really couldn't believe what he was seeing. There's one sequence where he wins neutral, I think against Ginger, 9 times in a row just to equalize the percent that Ginger got with Falco off one opening. Just to give you an idea of how bad this character is. So, what sort of conclusion can we draw from this, or what did we understand from this? You can take a look at the VOD yourself to sort of see what I'm getting at. But the answer is this. Zain, obviously, at this point, easily top 2 in the world. It's safe to say Zain is the best Wi-Fi player in the world, without a shadow of a doubt. In LAN, I think, he and I have had, for the few results we have extremely close results this year. He won Genesis over me, where I got second. And then we both entered Summit, where he got 4th, losing to Plup, and I won that tournament. And that's the only 2 events we both entered offline, so in person, for this ranking season. So a lot of other events, actually every other event, including anything online, doesn't count for the official rankings. But if there was an online net play ranking, Zain takes first place in that easily. And to show how much better he is than everyone else in this style of melee, he purposefully goes... It's like he took the worst iteration possible of his beloved character Marth, but with Roy, and showed just how good he is at playing neutral in melee. He was able to power shield. I think his power shield rate on Falco's laser was well over 50 or even 60%. It was something ridiculous. Even if it wasn't that number, that's what it made it seem like. I've never seen someone power shield so many oddly timed lasers, let alone on net play, in my life. I've never seen someone with Roy be able to get so many consistent edge guards, where you grab Fox or Falco and you hit him with a jab, and then you run off the stage, use Roy's first hit of Dancing Blade to sort of pop the character, to pop Roy up, but make the opponent, your Spacey, go down a bit from gravity, and then re-grab the ledge, hit him with a back air, rinse and repeat until he's dead. So he figured out a way to get a similar Spacey killer that he does with Marth, but instead doing it with Roy. And it's very clear he was able to quickly figure out combos that actually work with this character. The grander idea here, and the way more exciting thing for this, I believe, is this theory. Not anyone can do this. In fact, you have to be one of the best players in the fucking world to even accomplish this. So, does this mean that if a player gets good enough, they can take many, many characters that we considered low tier and make them, really viable? This result with Roy proves that with enough time and practice, Roy could actually make a pretty good dent in the rankings. It's just bizarre to think about that it took a player that good to push it into that upper echelon, into that sort of pantheon of higher tier characters. To take sets off of random Falco players or random Foxes or random Puff players, sure. Any top player, we've seen what Leffen did with Mewtwo, right? Leffen, I believe, got, what was it, top 8 or top 5 even at one of the tournaments in Europe. It might have been a DreamHack or an Air, beating tons of ranked European players with Mewtwo, who was considered maybe, pretty sure bottom 10 in the game. And Zain with Roy now sort of reinforced that concept. Roy on the latest, tier list, there's no, I guess, official tier list has been released for Melee for a long time. I think the latest official one was 2015. But even there, Roy was solidly F tier, right? And if anyone else before 2 nights ago was to make a tier list, they would have put Roy, I'm thinking bottom 5, if I'm being straight up. The only characters that are worse than him are what? Pichu, Kirby, Bowser, Ness, and then you get into some weird territory like Zelda, and you can argue bottom tiers the whole time. But the one thing every player agrees with was that Roy is absolute. He's dog shit in the game. I'll be honest. So for Zain to do this and to prove that with enough outplaying your opponent, with enough melee expertise, you can actually take a really trash character and not only place well, but to win a damn regional. This opens the floodgates for a lot of other possibilities. I was at one point considered the best Ness player in the world. He was a secondary. I didn't enter any events officially with him. I entered side events where I was able to actually 3-0 hugs as Samus on Great Bay, and I was able to beat the Moon, who was a very prominent Marth player, in an exhibition match, this and that. But of course, it's sort of an unofficial thing. There's a lot of other Ness players like Simna who would probably be, have way better results entering the same tournament. However, the fact that with just a bit of fun and just playing him on the side, I was able to get, pretty good exhibition wins with Ness shows that maybe this is a thing. Maybe a top player can play a character and really push him up. And some other notable examples here are, of course, Mango, aka Scorpion Master, playing Mario back in the day, getting actually really solid results, including beating me one match in a crew battle where I was actually playing Puff. Of course, Armada playing Young Link, and I believe Armada also played Kirby and Game Watch for a little bit, and the, you know, insane spread of characters that Axe has at the lower tier level. And there's other regional threats that play these low tier characters, like Curb, who plays Game Watch, Kuya, who plays Link Kirby Game Watch from Florida. You know, there's a lot of Link players like J6. There was a Link player named Sauce. There was Link player named Six from Germany who got pretty prominent results and were even able to take sets off top players. Like I think Six was able to actually take a set off of Ice in Europe, or at least a few games. I have to double check, but still showed that with these characters that we sort of have thrown under the table, these low tier characters in this game that are so dominated by Foxes, by Falcos, Puffs, Peaches, Sheiks, Marths, Falcons, Ices when they have wobbling, you know, even some middle tiers like Samus, Pikachu, Yoshi. In a game that's so commonly dominated by those characters, to have a result like this reminds you that with a game that is 20 years old, a lot of crazy things can happen. Just because a character's been tossed into the gutter because it thought it had no potential at all doesn't mean someone can't pick it up and completely reinvent it. So, again, kudos to Zain for this very, very good victory. And I'll let you know, if he was able to do that in LAN, you got me fucked up. I would be so forever impressed. Of course, I've been missing going to tournaments a lot. I've been missing LAN tournaments. I've been missing the feel of, you know, in-person Melee. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let me know what other character mains, or, you know, secondaries, tertiaries, or just bottom tier, low tier mains from a certain top player you think could go on a huge run. And also answer this question: is Zain the best low or bottom tier player in the world right now? And if not, who could beat him? Is, you know, Zain Roy versus Lef and Mewtwo exhibition? Maybe. It'll be fun to see. In any case, thanks for watching, guys. And remember, just because Melee is 20 years old doesn't mean you can't teach it new tricks. So yeah, I'll see you guys around.